Today I want to talk about being social, Like, being social is not difficult, You just say whatever the fuck comes in your mind, You just say it. You don't think about it. You just say it, That's all you have to know about being social, You just look at the other person, like, don't stare them down, but look at them and say whatever the fuck comes in your mind, Don't think, don't be afraid, be confident, Say it with confidence, Say it as if it's really something good, Don't say it like, oh, what is this person gonna think? Like, is this not stupid? No. Just say it as if it has value, as if it has meaning. And that's what being social is about, right? Don't show that you're afraid, Because if you show that you're afraid, the other person will also feel afraid, And then the conversation is going to be very difficult, So if you want to be social, just be confident. And just say whatever's on your mind and say it in a way that you think it's valuable and that the other person will have something worth listening to, So that's being social. But that being said, I know what I have to do to be social. I just tell it what's in my mind, And I've succeeded in that quite a few times. Just being confident, Not being arrogant, not being disrespectful, not trying to be like some kind of a alpha male type. No. Just be confident. Just be nice, kind, and confident. That's what it's all about, And don't be afraid that you're gonna make it awkward, Because if you're afraid that if I say this or if I say that, then it's gonna be awkward, then it's gonna get awkward, So that being said, the theory is quite simple about being social, right? But it just seems like some people got it and some people don't. That's what I feel like, how this world works, You have the lucky ones, you have the ones that are just naturally gifted at being social and at interacting in this world and doing everything that's necessary to survive. And then you have the ones that are facing difficulty in every fucking aspect of their life, And you have the ones in between, of course. And I don't know if these other people are just faking it, but I've tried faking it, and it never seems to work, So I don't know if they're faking it, but I don't think so, Because when I was a kid, in school, like, I used to not talk at all, right? I would go entire days without saying more than 3 sentences, right? So I just stood there. I went from group to group because I felt like if I stayed in one group too long, it's gonna be awkward. Because these people they don't want me there. They just want someone there that's gonna talk to them and that's gonna laugh with them. And that's how I spent most of my years in school, just being terrified, not talking to anyone. If people would talk to me, I would be fucking terrified. I wouldn't be able to say anything. Because the only thing I could think of was, oh no, how do I not fuck this up, How do I not fuck this up? That's the only thing that I could think about, So, all those years, I just lived in constant fear. Constant fear of everything. Like, I went to school, and the moment that I stepped on the court, on the school court, I just was terrified all the way through, and I just hoped that no one would talk to me, but then I hoped that they would talk to me, because I was so lonely too. I was very lonely. And yeah, it never worked. I'm just the one that got the bad straw, you know. I'm just the one that's trying so hard, but it's not working, you know. I'm just the unhappy one, you know. And maybe everyone's unhappy, I don't know. But those kids, they didn't seem to be faking it. And I wasn't faking it. I was terrified. I didn't say anything. And they would talk and they would laugh, you know. So they probably weren't faking it, you know. And other people, they just genuinely seem so much happier than I do. And I'm happy for them, you know. I don't want them to not feel happy. I just want me to feel happy too a little bit, you know. So yeah, being social is a constant pain for me, you know. Because I am fucking terrified of people, and I don't know how to not show it, you know. I don't know how to mask it. I don't know how to interact with people in a way that will not make them feel uncomfortable, you know. I always make everyone feel uncomfortable, you know, because I am uncomfortable around them, you know. I can never relax. Still now, I'm in a constant state of fear, you know, when I interact with people. And you have to interact with people in this world on a constant basis, you know. If you want to work, you have to interact with people. If you do this, you have to interact with people. If you go to the store, you have to interact with people. And it's just too much, you know. It's one other thing on all the other things, right? It's like you go to work, you have to do a job for 8 hours a day that you don't really want to do. You have to be in traffic for maybe 2 hours a day or 1.5 hours a day, and that you're stressed. You have to go to the store, and you have to spend time cooking. And you have to, maybe if you have kids, take care of the kids. And that's a lot. And if every fucking social interaction that you come across is a terrifying experience, it's just too much, you know. It's just it's just too much. And that's why I make YouTube videos, you know, because this is the only way that I can say what I want to say without feeling awkward, you know, like without being terrified. And yeah, just wish that changes, you know. I just wish that other people have learned that it just wasn't given, you know, God's favorite children, as they say. I just wish that I have a chance to learn this, but I don't really think so, because after all this time, it's still the same. And you know, I've become better at pretending, and I know more now, but I still feel the same. I just know how I feel now. Back then it just was a constant fear, but I didn't really understand that I was afraid, you know. I knew that I was afraid, but I wasn't able to like sit down and say, hey, you're just afraid, it doesn't matter. I was just in a constant state of fear, and I thought that I would die, you know. Now I can at least separate myself from it, from being social, but then I just thought that if I wasn't social, I would just be homeless and die, you know. That's what I thought. I would just get kicked out by my parents, you know. I just was faking it for my parents, you know. I just was saying like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that with these friends and with those friends, you know, but I wasn't going to do anything with friends, you know. I was just going to walk on my own. So yeah, now at least I don't care anymore when I'm not in a social, like, yeah, I'm lonely, that's true, but I don't care anymore about like what people are gonna think or what people are gonna say. Like, I don't care about that anymore. Like, people know who I am, like they know that I'm not social, and that's fine, it doesn't matter, and they can treat me however the fuck they want. If they want to like see me in a bad way, if they want to judge me, which they're probably gonna do, like, I'm not gonna lie, people judge each other, I judge other people constantly, so it's just not something that you have in control. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta say whatever the fuck you want to say and be confident, and that's how you're social. And just don't be afraid. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll see you on the next time. Bye bye.